All right, hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to Saturday Night Live. Thank you so much for taking your own time out to join me on the stream, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching after the fact. So my name is Mike. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome. If you're not subscribed, hit the red subscribe button down below so we can continue the conversation and, of course, make this a very fun stream. And thanks for choosing to spend your Saturday night or whenever you're watching this with me in this live stream. If you're watching on the replay, thank you for taking the time to do that. But if you're watching live, thank you so much for tuning in. Leave a comment down below, even if it's just like a hi Mike, how you doing? Or you want to ask a question or tell me how your week's going so far. Feel free to do so, as I would love to hear what you guys have been up to. As for myself, it's not really been a crazy week or anything like that. It's mainly been a chilled one. The odd cinema trip here or there, that's kind of about it. And yeah, not been up to too much, I'll be honest with you guys. May have a few guests joining me tonight, so we'll just have to wait and see. For example, we've got the Scottish Geek guy here, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, hope you're well, man. He says, howdy, my man. Well, how are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Jimmy, if you've got Facebook, dude, and you want to join, message me and see if we get you on. And we've got Kieran here as well. Hey, Kieran, how are you doing? Let's go. Saturday night sorted. Hope you're doing well, Mike, and the show will be awesome, I'm sure. Well, thank you for the kind words, Kieran. I really appreciate it, man. Really, really do. Very, very kind of you to say so. And yeah, hope you're doing well as well. What have you guys have been up to? Let me know in the comment section, or what is going to be your next cinema trip? Let me know that as well. For me, I've got 2 movies booked for tomorrow. I'm going to go see Wish, the Disney movie Wish. I haven't had a chance to check that out at the cinema as of yet, but tomorrow, kind of a cinema, it's a little bit further from me. They do actually have one showing on in the morning, so I'm actually going to go check that. I'll finally get a chance to see it, although I've heard, a lot of mixed things. And then at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, I'm going to go see American Fiction, the Jeffrey Wright movie with Ryan Swales, who you guys have seen on the channel previously. I'm going to be meeting up with Ryan and we're going to go see American Fiction. So that's going to be awesome. Really, really can't wait for that. It's going to be a great time. Jimmy's saying, I'm watching while I work, otherwise I'd love to join. Fair enough, man. That's fair enough, because I definitely want to get you on a collab and a live stream at some point. Been meaning to try and make that happen for a little while now. So I hope you're doing well. Hope work's going okay as well, Jimmy. And I hope you're doing well, man. And we've also got the legend that is Nick in the house. Hey, Nick, hope you're doing. He says, evening, Mike. Well, hope you're doing well, man. Thank you for tuning in, however you're spending your Saturday night. And absolutely a pleasure having Nick in the chat as always. And we've got our first guest of the evening, of course. He is a seasoned veteran. He is a regular and one of my best friends. That's Jason from Jason, the Old Millennial. Hey, man.
Hey, yeah, I'm a regular, am I? Seasoned veteran.
Absolutely. How you doing, Jason?
Doing good. Good. It's just the afternoon for me, so.
Right. And then I think you said you got work tonight, right?
Right, yeah.
Right, yeah, okay. Well, I appreciate taking the time, Jason, before work to come and join me on the stream.
Sure.
Means a lot, man.
A cool background.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of go for like a retro feel with the thumbnail.
Okay.
And then with the background, I thought, well, I need a retro background to go with it. So just got the image of Google. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Jason the Old Millennial, he's in a lot of my streams. The link to his channel is already in the description box below, so definitely go check them. And Jason, yeah, you've been growing subs recently as well, I think, which is great.
Yeah, I got to like 265 recently. Yeah, it kind of grew the last couple of weeks a little bit. It was nice.
Yeah, definitely. No, man, it's fantastic news. It's great to see. And if you guys aren't already subbed to Jason, please go over there and sub to Jason No Millennial. As you're on the road to 300 subs, don't doubt you can get that very soon.
Maybe this year.
Oh, man, gotta be sure. So Jason, while you are here, what movies have you been watching recently?
Let's see. Well, I saw in the Name of the Father was one I reviewed recently, which was a pretty good movie from 1993. Interesting, like Lisa from Lisa Love's channel, because she's from Ireland, and this movie is kind of about Ireland, or takes place, and it's about people being falsely accused of crimes, and there's a lot of tension in Ireland at that time, and and she knew the story very well, so I thought that was interesting when she told me in her comments that I guess this is a known story in Ireland, which I was like, okay, that's interesting. Like, you know, uh, there's a lot of terrorist stuff going on, I think, and
Sure.
whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
And so it was a really interesting movie. And Daniel Day-Lewis is always good. He's one of the great actors, and so you can't go wrong with Daniel Day-Lewis usually. And and if you like courtroom dramas, I think it's got a good courtroom scene at the end. So
yeah, I like courtroom dramas.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've been watching Napoleon. I haven't finished it yet, but it's a long movie. I still got like 45 minutes left, I think, to watch that one and finish that one off at some point.
Nice.
Which, I don't know, the movie seems underwhelming to me in a sense that it's like not one of, like, Joaquin Phoenix is like one of the best actors today, and yet it doesn't feel like that great of a performance by him. It seems like I don't know, just not like, knowing how good he is just not like one that stands out to me, which is almost disappointing, I guess, because I'm like expecting like a great performance from Joaquin, and I don't know, it just hasn't been that interesting of a movie to me, unfortunately. I mean, I'll say like the costuming is really good, and the art direction is really good, and and cinematography is pretty good. There's some good stuff there, but as a story, I don't know, it's not the most interesting as I was hoping it would be.
Sure. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, Jason, but I've heard like Vanessa Kirby's great in the movie. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, and they don't have the best marriage, I'll say that. Not a great. There's a lot on the marriage, actually. There's a lot of scenes just with them two, him trying to get her pregnant, and having an heir, to his emperor, being the emperor of France, whatever. And that never does well for a marriage, I don't think, when you're like, you have to have a son or else, but
right. Yeah. Well, Jason, I look forward to hearing your full thoughts on Napoleon when you've seen it. It is a movie I haven't seen at the moment, but I heard mixed things primarily.
I haven't heard a lot of good reviews for it. I don't think it was unfortunate, because I was kind of excited for the movie, because I like history, and I like, Napoleon's like a very, very interesting historical figure, and but that doesn't always come out, I guess, in these biographical movies. But like, Oppenheimer did much better, I think. Showcasing a bio of somebody, and
yeah, but definitely does. I mean, with all the Oscar nominations it's gotten, for sure, it's proven to be the more better one of the two, I guess.
Definitely. And this is directed by Ridley Scott, who's a great director for sure. But Ridley Scott's been kind of hit or miss for me as well. Sometimes I'll see a movie and I think, oh, it's really good. Sometimes I'll see it and go, didn't care for it. So.
I agree. And the thing is, last few movies haven't been fantastic, I'll be honest.
The Martian's the last really good one I think I've seen from him.
I have to agree. Yeah. I absolutely loved The Martian.
Yeah, me too.
That was great. Yeah, and then since then it's kind of just been a bit.
Yeah, because he did The Last Duel last year, and it was not very good to me, but other people liked it, but I was not crazy about it.
I haven't seen it, but again, I heard mixed things. Nick's adding in, he says, for me, Napoleon feels like a historical icon reduced to not much more than a weird obsessive relationship.
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame. Well, Jason, from what you were saying, that is focusing a lot on the relationship. Sounds like what Nick's saying as well.
It is, yeah, it does quite a bit.
It's a shame. Especially with the potential that could make out for a Napoleon movie and how good it could be. Bit of a shame. We've got Sai in the mix as well. He said, "Evening, hey Sai, hope you're doing well." Well, Jason, it'll be interesting to see if you fully agree with Nick once you've finished the movie.
Yeah.
And we've got Kieran saying, would you be watching Avatar The Last Airbender this month on Netflix? Personally, I can't say it's the one I'm going to rush to watch on Netflix. I've never seen the original animated series or...
Yeah, me either.
So, Jason, do you think you'll be checking this one out?
But you're an anime guy.
Yeah, I am. You're right. You're right. I've just never seen the original animation. I think it was Nickelodeon at the time, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But no. Are you going to check this one out, Jason, do you think?
So I just know very little about it. Is it a movie or is it a TV? It's a TV series or?
I think it's a movie. I might be wrong. I think it's a live action movie. I might be.
Okay.
Be wrong.
I mean, if it's a movie, I'll check it out. If it's a TV show, I probably won't. But
yeah. Okay, yeah.
I just know the M. Night Shyamalan movie was terrible. So
that's the one I've not seen, Jason. But
I don't have good feelings about the movie just because of that. But
oh man, well, Jason, you know I love a good movie, so a bad movie, so I might have to.
You do, yeah.
Oh, Kieran's adding it's a TV series. Oh,
that's what I thought. Okay, I mean, I'm not so interested in TV series as much, but
no, same here.
But people love that. I mean, I've heard people say that's their favorite like show of all time, the original Airbender TV series, anime series.
Right.
And so I know it's beloved by people who love anime. So, so I'm sure people that are more. I'm not a hardcore anime guy, but people that are, I'm sure, are excited about it. But
yeah, I mean, it's definitely got its fan base, Jason. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I think I've said this before, but I'm not a huge TV person normally. Cobra Kai, Squid Game, yes. Love both of those.
Cobra Kai.
So those two coming back this year, I'm really looking forward to them. But not really in a rush to TV. It's always usually a movie, because I know Jason's a bit more TV. But
yeah, I have so many shows I still need to catch up on. I'm kind of behind on TV watching.
It just depends, man, if there's so many seasons as well. Like a movie you can get done in like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. But TV depends how many episodes. It could be there days.
Yeah.
So just find that spare time as well. I've got Menagio here as well. Hey, Menagio.
Hey, Menagio.
It says, hey, Mike and Jason, hope you're well. Yeah, doing good. Hope you are too. Now that the Super Bowl is around the corner, which trailers are you looking forward to? I'm excited to see Deadpool 3, Sonic 3, and a new trailer for GXK.
What is that?
I don't know what GXK is. It's probably something so obvious, and I'm just
Godzilla Kong.
Oh, Godzilla. Thank you, Jason.
Okay.
Thank you, Jason.
I'm thinking that's what that is.
I think it is, yeah. Godzilla X Kong, I think that's the official title, the new one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say probably Deadpool 3 and Sonic, as you mentioned there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a big fan of the Sonic movie, so yeah, I'm all for a Sonic trailer. Deadpool, definitely. I'm real excited for that. So
yeah, true. And I think they've already released quite a lengthy trailer for Godzilla Kong.
Right, yeah. I was gonna say another one. Yeah, I've seen one before.
Yeah, and well, that one you talked about, Jason, I thought that was a lengthy one. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say Deadpool 3. I don't know what other trailers they could release or what's been spoke about.
Yeah, they're always good though. They do good trailers at the Super Bowl. I can remember, seeing this trailer for the first time, going, "What is that?"
Yeah.
I remember seeing the Matrix trailer for the first time at Super Bowl, and I was like blown away by the trailer. I was like, "It's like this looks crazy."
Oh man, well they've got to put the best stuff in those trailers though, to get people excited, and that's the big moment to shine in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Nigel saying, I can't believe Deadpool 3 is officially wrapped filming. Yeah. It's awesome. We'll have to wait and see when it comes out. No? Definitely intrigued. definitely intrigued for
Yeah,
it.
it's the only movie they haven't delayed, I think so far, right? Marvel's, they delayed everything except for like Deadpool 3, I think.
Mm-hmm. A lot of them were delayed with the strikes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Deadpool Wolverine comes out in a few months. Well, not a few months, about 6 months, I think, at times. So got plenty of time to edit it all up and stuff. Depends if they've got a lot of CGI they need to edit in, or if it's all practical and just need to edit some background stuff, and I guess. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. He does ask though. He says, Jason and Mike, have you seen the movie P2 from 2007 and Triangle from 2009? Well, I can't stress enough, but I highly recommend you check out these two horror films.
No, I have not
Well,
seen them if they're horror movies.
I was going to say, Jason's definitely not seen both of those movies at all.
I don't think I've ever heard of them, to be honest. But
I've only heard of these two because Menagel left a similar comment in Scott's stream last night.
oh, okay.
But no, I've never heard of them either, so I've not seen them. No, Jason, I'd have been shocked if you had seen them. I'll be honest.
That would be shocking, yeah.
And in Menagel saying if you've seen them, what's your thoughts? But we haven't seen them Menagel, so sorry, man. But I will check them out. I've got Sai though. Sai's I went to see Argyle yesterday. I found it a movie of two different halves. The first was so-so, but the second half for me was bad.
Oh, really?
Wow. Okay.
Is that a movie you're checking out, Mike?
I do want to check it out. I know Emma wants to see it.
Oh, okay.
So I know at the moment she's working and she's got like some time off soon. So I've said when she's got time off, we'll go and check it out. Because I'd like to see it, Jason, but I'm not in a rush to go out and see it at the moment. But I've heard mixed things. I've heard there's like some twists and turns, and sometimes a bit goofier than it needs to be. That's what I've heard for most part. Kind of sounds exciting. Are you going to see it on cinema, Jason, or wait till streaming?
Well, no, I'll wait till streaming. Yeah, definitely to catch it. But
Yeah.
I
So not in a rush.
No, the trailer did not interest me that much. It felt like a plot that I've seen before. It was one of those where I'm like, this seems familiar. And I don't know, it just didn't interest me that much. And from what I've heard, what's his name? Superman's not in it for like 5 minutes or something like that. And they put him a lot in the trailer and on the poster. And I think I heard someone say he's only in it like for 5 minutes. So that's like, so it seems like tricky advertisement, but
well, it's a name, isn't it? It's to sell tickets, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we see that a lot in sometimes in movies, Jason. You know, you get like some big star in there. They'll put the like maybe not in the poster, but they'll put the name on, and then in the movie like for 2 minutes or so. You know.
Yeah, remember they did that with Bruce Willis a little while ago. They tried to put him on the cover, and he's only in it for like 5 minutes. And it's like, and I think it was a nothing movie. I don't remember what movie it was. It was right. It was like towards the end when he couldn't do movies anymore. But yeah, just trickery kind of.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I don't blame them because you know, for marketing teams, if you get like a huge name star, you're going to want to sell that name. You hope that's going to bring tickets in. But then at the same time, once the movie comes out, people's going to trash that because they'll be like, "Well, they were only in for a minute, and I came to see them."
Right.
So I don't know. Obviously, I've not seen Argyle, so I can't comment. But from what you said, Jason, I've heard the same things. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, it sounds like we're both not really in a rush to check it out.
No.
But Nick Anthony says, I agree somewhat. The first hour was super exciting, but it fell away. I took my 14-year-old nephew, and he loved the first 2/3 as well. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So cool to see a different kind of reaction there as well from Nick and his nephew. And his nephew liked most of it, but not completely all. And we've got Ryan here as well. Hey, Ryan, hope you're well, man.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, guys, just got enough to go now for a little bit. Hey, man, well, I hope you've had a great day. I know you posted a photo on Instagram of like some like lovely Mexican food you had.
I hope you recovered from last Sunday, whatever.
I hope so as well, Ryan. I hope so too, man. I've got the Movie to Your podcast here as well. Hey, P, hope you're well, man. Says, evening, gents. How do you feel about a G.I. Joe and Transformers crossover?
Yeah.
Of course, referring to the latest Transformers movie, I'm guessing.
Yeah. They mentioned G.I. Joe at the very end.
Well, Jason, we'll go with you first. What's your thoughts on this one?
Oh, I have no care for either franchise, so them crossing over doesn't excite me at all. I'm not a big fan of either, really, to be honest. I mean, so them crossing over doesn't excite me. I don't know how to say it. Like,
no, that's fair. That's fair. I'll be honest, Jason. Growing up as a kid, I never used to like play with GI Joe Transformer toys. It was like wrestling figures for me. So kind of like you, I've only ever kind of grew up in a way like watching the movies.
Well, there was cartoon series when I was a kid. That's what I was into.
Yeah. I know like those series are well beloved and stuff. I don't think I ever watched them, I'll be honest. But
really? Yeah, they were pretty good.
That's what I've heard. But a bit like you, Jason, I'll be honest, I'm not really bothered about the crossover. I mean, heck, if they can make it as like a really good movie, yeah, great. But
yeah, I'll wait and see. But
I know that's the thing, Jason. I'll be honest, like a bit like you, I wasn't huge on the new Transformers movie at all. I didn't like it.
I think the first Transformer movie is a really fun movie, and it's a really good action. Yeah, it's a fun movie. I really like the first one, but then I'm not crazy about any of the sequels after the first Transformers movie, to be honest. And G.I. Joe, it was a bit silly too. I mean, there were some good action scenes, but the plot was a little silly in G.I. Joe, from what I remember.
I don't remember a lot about it. So I guess that says enough, I guess. But,
exactly. Yeah.
Man. And then I didn't watch that Snake Eyes from a few years ago, but I heard that was terrible.
I heard that was bad. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, I could be wrong though. So unfortunately, AP were both not really intrigued about the crossover. But hey, if it's a great movie, I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah.
Menargel saying is also rumored we may see our first look a trailer for Alien Romulus. So I'm intrigued for that one.
Another Alien movie.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely intrigued for that. Just have to wait for the trailer, really. Can't really comment too much more.
I haven't seen anything about it.
Yeah. I've got Josh here who says, "Hey, fellas, how's it going?" Hey, Josh, should be well, man. Thanks for tuning in. We've got Ryan saying, "I'm seeing a lot of mid to negative reviews on Argyle. I think Sin." Because he corrected it afterwards, he said Sin. I think Sin and Perez are the only ones so far I've seen that liked it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag, really. You know, Sai and Nick thinking and Perez and Sin thinking that was a bit better than mid. Okay. Definitely intrigued, yeah. I'll say I'll just have to check it out when I get a chance, really. And Jason's going to wait till streaming, so whenever that is.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll probably have like a decent cinema run. I would think, especially with being I think it's 12A, so it's not a high age rating.
I feel like it's the biggest movie out right now.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything too big that's been out yet. Of course, because it's early in the year, but
nah, I think you're right. I think they've released at the right time where there's like nothing really out, so people be like, "Oh, go see
exactly."
Got all these people in it. Yeah, because I mean, the next big release in a way, Friday coming, we get the Iron Claw finally.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if that's going to have many show times, and then after that is Madam Web.
Madam Web, yeah, that's the big one coming out. Kind of, if you want to call it big, but I mean, somewhat known movie. I guess we got Mean Girls that came out right this year, so.
Yeah, Mean Girls is still on the cinema where I am anyway. But not as many showings though. Argyle's the one that's got like 8-9 showings per day, or whatever it is. So yeah, you're right, Jason. I don't think it's got much competition at the moment, so it'll probably do well at the box office. Nigel says, "I wonder what Deadpool 3 official reveal title will be. I mean, yet so obvious and simple. I would love it just to be called Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Officially released July 26th.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not long, really.
Less than 6 months, or yeah.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, it's already like February. So these months have been flying by. So it'll not be long. Ryan says, I watched a Joan movie. I think Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence, yeah, because he's been doing a lot of Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence, there we go. I watched a Jennifer Lawrence movie yesterday, and she was in it for 90 seconds. That was considered her debut.
Garden Party, I think it was. He reviewed it on Letterboxd, and it sounded terrible. He gave it half a star.
I saw that Letterboxd review as well, but man, 90 seconds, what a debut.
That was a debut. Okay, I didn't realize. That's interesting.
Neither did I, Jason. Neither did I. But man, what a debut! You have to do something very lasting in 90 seconds to be remembered for that.
Yeah. So
sorry to hear, Ryan, that you suffered through that yesterday.
I know you suffered through it just for that.
I know. Sai says, have you seen the trailer for the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare? Henry Cavill killing Nazis in a Guy Ritchie film. It looks brilliant.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of Guy Ritchie, I'll be honest. But I mean, if you can make a movie that's not so much Guy Ritchie, I'm all on board. Like, I still want to see The Covenant. I know you checked out, Jason.
Yeah, Covenant's definitely more grounded, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying it's not like a Guy Ritchie movie. That's why I was like, oh,
exactly.
I kind of want to check that one out, you know?
Yeah.
But I like Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill killing Nazi. This sounds like a Guy Ritchie movie.
It does.
That's Guy Ritchie all over it to me, just looking at the title.
They'll probably have Charlie Hunnam in there as well. Probably Hugh Grant in some role.
Yeah, it's always Hugh Grant. That's true.
Maybe David Beckham. James Statham. David Beckham. Ed Sheeran's probably in there as well. No, I haven't seen a trailer. No, have you, Jason?
I've only heard people mention, or I've read the title before, but I haven't seen a trailer. I haven't read the synopsis of the movie, so this is the first time hearing anything about it. So, and that Henry Cavill's in it, I didn't realize. I didn't realize it got Ritchie film either. So, and so dealing with World War II maybe. So it looks like just kind of a silly, fun action movie, maybe.
I hope so.
Which is fine. I wouldn't mind seeing it, I guess.
I mean, like you, Jason, I didn't know anything about the plot. I just saw the thumbnail, and it was on YouTube being like, oh, the trailer, and I was like, nah, I'm not bothered. But I might have to check it out, though. So thanks for the heads up, Si. Yeah, I didn't know much about it. Menaljo says, have you seen Beetlejuice 2 is called Beetlejuice? Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the tagline's like, don't say his name for a third time.
Oh.
So I get why they've done it in terms of the kind of slogan it is, but I don't know why it didn't call it Beetlejuice 2 or Beetlejuice Returns.
Yeah.
Like that. But we'll have to see. Ryan says, bro, Jason, I've been suppressed this past week since he's lost it.
Sorry, man.
I know. I'm sorry, Ryan.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Blame the Chiefs, Ryan. Blame the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's blame Taylor Swift and the Chiefs on that one.
Yeah, true, man.
I'm sorry, Patrick Mahomes he's the best quarterback. And he's just the greatest quarterback. It's unfortunate. It's fortunate for me. I love the fact that we have Patrick Mahomes, but it's unfortunate for everybody else.
Yeah.
But I remember growing up, and it was like, we're never going to beat Tom Brady and the Patriots, and we're never going to beat Peyton Manning and the Colts or the Broncos, and we lost all the time. We never got anywhere, and then finally those two retired, and then we just shot up finally because we got a good quarterback. And but the Ravens have a great quarterback too, so they always have a chance. So just hope for next year, right?
Yeah, definitely, and hopefully it doesn't come down to you guys against each other again.
I know that's the way it is. It's worse for the Bills because the Bills just never win in the playoffs. They against the Chiefs. Chiefs have beaten them twice now in the playoffs. So Bills fans are probably pretty upset over the Chiefs.
Because they probably hate the Chiefs at this
They probably hate
point.
the Chiefs. I'm sure everybody hates the Chiefs because we're winning right now, and so it's yeah. But we'll have our time to shine. And then the Ravens, they won 2 Super Bowls. Ravens had some really good teams in the past, so so I've seen them win and have good seasons. So you never know.
Well, that's it, Jason. You never know next season what's going to happen. Chiefs could do terrible next season. You never know.
Yeah, I didn't think they had a very good season this year, but then they're in the Super Bowl, so you just never know. It's like,
right.
You have to, playoffs. Anybody can win. It feels like it's everybody that's in the playoffs is really good, and just sometimes it's luck. You never know.
Well, that's it, Jason. You just never know. And Ryan, if you're still here, man, if you want to join, drop me a message on Facebook if you want to, dude. Menagio says, have you heard the Godzilla Monsterverse will cross over with Pacific Rim? Okay, that's been the plan for a while
Really?
now. It's rumored to be on early stages. What are your thoughts? I don't know, Jason. Like you, I've never heard of this development, so this is new to me.
No.
I think it's a bit of a silly development, personally. Like these monsters, and then all of a sudden you got big robots. It's a bit. I don't know. What do you think, Jason?
I don't see why they need to cross over. I mean, they're 2 separate things that, like you said, Pacific Rim has their own thing with the robots versus the kaiju, and then Godzilla has always, of course, had a long history of monsters, in their own universe. They're both on. Everybody's doing that now. I guess if you're owned by the same company, they're just crossing everybody over now.
The thing is, Jason, I agree with you that, like as Menagio was saying, so they're both owned by the same company, which is fine. But like, who's asking for Pacific Rim to be with Godzilla?
Right? Yeah, I don't think anybody's like the first Pacific Rim did pretty good, I think, and it was like a decent, interesting sci-fi movie. And the second one, I think, did terrible, if I remember right. I don't think it did anything. So I don't know if anybody wants another Pacific Rim or not, but.
I don't know. I remember seeing, Jason, I'll be honest, the first one I enjoyed, the second one I just thought was pretty terrible. And I don't know if they're ever going to make a third one. It's been very quiet on that front anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see them cross over with Godzilla, but it's out of our hands, I guess. It's up to Warner Brothers.
Right, yeah, whatever.
I've got Marvel fan here saying, hi, how are you? Hey, Marvel fan, hope you're well, man. Thanks for tuning in. And Nick saying, go back to Argyle. Mark Kermode enjoyed. I always take him as being a don of UK reviewers. I know a lot of people like Mark Kermode.
Yeah, he's a big reviewer.
Sam Rockwell is excellent in it, by the way, a very unappreciated actor.
I love Sam Rockwell. He's one of my favorite actors today.
Yeah, me too.
That does intrigue me when I see Sam Rockwell in something.
Yeah, me too, Jason. Definitely agree with you. Yeah. He's great in everything he's in. Even if the movie's terrible, he's always really good. Yeah. Mark, do you watch Mark Kermode reviews, Jason?
I have before. It's been a while since I've really seen anything from him, but I have seen him review stuff before. Yeah.
Sure. I personally don't watch him. Nothing against him as such. I just never really watched him. I'll be honest.
Well, there's a million reviewers out there to watch.
Right.
There's so many out there, I sometimes I'll watch him for a little bit, and then I'll, then sometimes I feel like I have too many people I'm watching at once. So I might say, well, I already watched this person review the movie, so I don't know if I need to see someone else review.
Yes, I think it's tough, especially like when everyone's covering the same movie. How many people can you hear talk about the same thing over and over?
I know, because it's like, and it's fine. It's just what happens, because you'll get, I've gotten like 5-6 different people reviewing Argyle. I'm like, okay, like after the first couple of reviews, I'm like, I don't know what else to say about it.
I think it's tough because even if you talk about the movie in a different way, everyone's kind of got very similar thoughts. I'm not saying I'm different or anything like that, but it falls under that bracket, Like how many people can talk about Godzilla and say the same thing, So no, I get where you're coming from. Marvel fans saying, I heard Kick-Ass is getting rebooted and being turned into a trilogy. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm up for seeing that.
It's interesting. It hasn't been that long ago, though. Doesn't feel like it. Maybe it has, and I'm just not thinking. But
I can't remember when the first one came out, Jason. I'd like to say either late 2000s.
Yeah, I guess it
or
came out
early 2010s, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably been over a decade, but
around then, but could be wrong. Let's have a look. Yeah, it feels like it could have been around then, but I might be wrong. But
yeah, it's been a little while.
I think originally they wanted to do a trilogy with Aaron Taylor Johnson, but I don't know, something happened with the rights of Kick-Ass, and I don't think Matthew Vaughn had the rights at the time, so he couldn't do the third movie. Yeah, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I think it's something like that happened.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm intrigued.
It's a comic book, I think, right? Or
I think so.
So I don't know how the story, ends or whatever, or how they do a trilogy. So
beats me, Jason. I mean, I'm kind of intrigued if they did do a reboot, though.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a good story, then I'm all for it. I guess I don't know much about the comic book. I've just seen the first two movies, but
so, well, I recently went. So last year I watched Kick-Ass, the first one, again after some time, and I still enjoyed it. There was elements I thought was like still held up pretty well, but I don't think Christopher Mintz-Plasse was fantastic.
I hate Christopher Mintz-Plasse. He's terrible. I don't know. It's
I don't know about terrible, but I don't think he's utterly riveting to watch.
No.
Super bad, yes. Love him and
super bad. Yeah.
We've also got a second guest joining us, and that is another legend in the game, and it's Ryan. Hey,
Ryan. What's up? What's going on, guys?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Pretty good.
Hey, well,
good. No complaints.
Thanks for joining, man. I know you're having a bit of a busy weekend, so I didn't know if you'd be joining.
Yeah, we just went out for a little bit and just came back. Just kind of chilling for the rest of the day, so not much else going on.
Oh, sweet, man. Hey, well, thanks for joining, dude. Really appreciate it. It's good to have you.
Yeah, no problem. Always appreciate the invite.
Yeah, man, of course. Well, the link to Ryan's channel will be in the description box after the stream. But for now, type in Raven Tours Fan 89 and you'll find him on YouTube. So, Ryan, so what movie have you been watching recently? For people
so last night I watched I'm going through my Blu-rays that I picked up lately and all the new stuff that I've gotten. It's going to take me a while, but I watched Escape from Planet Earth last night.
Oh, yeah.
It's a kid's movie with some aliens and stuff. It's got Brandon Fraser, Jessica Alba, Sofia Vergara's in it. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Vergara, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
And then that was pretty good for what it was, like back in the time. Like it wasn't a movie that really made a lot of money, I remember.
No.
And
okay.
This morning I watched Megamind when I got up this morning. Okay. So just watching some kid movies. I got a bunch of stuff, dude. It's a never ending, man.
I know.
And then I'm going through. You guys know that I'm going through the J-Law's filmography. I watched a couple of her movies, and I have to say the ones that I've watched that I've never heard of, none of them have been good.
None of them are good, right?
Yeah, that garden party one that I was just talking about in the chat, dude. There's no plot in that movie. No plot. Yeah. Literally, like they go from character to character. It's got the chick from you've seen the original Hocus Pocus?
Yeah.
You know the girl that Max falls in love with? What's her name? Vanessa Shaw, I think that's her name.
Oh, right. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. She's in that movie.
Okay.
And Jennifer Lawrence is literally in like one scene in the beginning where she's an irrelevant character and she's like fake smoking at a table. And that's her scene.
Wow.
And the rest of the movie is just like literally like people like smoking and like just doing like wild things, partying and stuff, but like there's no like end goal to the movie or anything.
Right.
I mean, it's just like a bunch of characters that they show doing different things that are bad. Like there's no purpose.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the other movie I watched with her is called The Burning Plane, which has Charlize Theron in it.
Okay.
And it's basically a movie where two or three stories are like clashing together, but they're in a non-linear plot. So different things are taking place. But the problem with that movie was, like, the guys in the movie, when they switch to different time periods in the movie, you can't even understand who's who, because like they look so similar, or like what kind of part they're in with the non-linear plot. I didn't like it at all. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
So are you going to watch every movie of hers, you think?
So I only have like 4 more left that I haven't seen. There's other ones I've seen, but I don't remember some of them, like some of the X-Men ones and stuff. Like I own those, so I can watch those later. But there's like 3 other movies I have left. Because there's one other one I watched, but it really wasn't a movie. It was a documentary where she was like a narrator. Oh. And it was a space movie. It's only like 45 minutes. And basically it just talks about like some of the astronauts going to space and stuff like that. And like it shows them in the ship and like floating around in the ISS and everything. And then there's like a couple pictures where it shows like the Earth when it's like nighttime, and how like the Earth is all lit up and stuff with the night lights. And then it shows like thunderstorms and stuff like that. That was cool. Like, so there were some cool visuals like that, but she just narrates the whole time. That's all that documentary is, but it wasn't bad. So
at least it wasn't as bad as Garden Party.
Dude, that movie.
That sounds like the worst.
Apparently that was an independent movie. So I don't know, but you got to have a plot for me to like a movie. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
No plot, it's no.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a plot and some kind of likable character, or some character you can hate or something.
Right, and that's the problem. It was just like showing a bunch of random characters doing bad stuff, and you're like, what's the purpose of this? They're all bad characters doing bad stuff. Like, what am I supposed to get out of it, you know?
Oh, man.
So
sorry you went through that, man. So what other Jennifer Lawrence ones do you have to still go through?
Oh, I have my list. It's only 3 of them. It is... I can tell you really quick.
I'll just be intrigued if I've seen them or not. That's all.
I've heard of them. I never heard of these movies.
Let's see. I have my list
same,
right
Jason.
Here.
Same.
So I have a Winter's Bone, which I think I may have seen that one, but I don't remember it. Like if I have, so I'm considering that as a first-time watch.
Yeah, that's the first movie I saw her in.
Yeah, I think that was 2008 or 10. It's around there. Yeah. And then a movie called The Poker House.
Never heard of it.
Which I've never heard of.
No.
And one other movie called The Devil You Know, and then I've seen all her stuff.
Never heard of that.
Minus shows. I haven't watched shows that she's been in. I don't care about the shows. Like one-off appearances for a show.
She was in the Bill Engvall show. That's where I've seen her too in that, actually, before she got into the movies.
Well, a little bit ago, I this was about a few months ago. I don't know if Mike remembers, but she was in a show that was like, have you seen Not Another Teen Movie, Jason?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there was a show, apparently. I forget what it was called, but it got scrapped and it never aired. But there is an episode that's like on YouTube somewhere where you can watch like a couple of the episodes or something. Yeah. And it has this show inspired Not Another Teen Movie, apparently.
Okay.
So I forget what the show is called. I'd have to look it up. But apparently she was in that too. But other than that, dude, like I don't care about the one-off show appearances.
Nah, because then you have to watch the full shows, or the one-off appearance might not make sense. So
right, so I just don't care about that aspect.
No, I think it's cool, man. Going through the filmography, though, I think it'd be cool. Like, I don't know if you thought about it, but maybe once you've seen them all, doing like a ranking of the movies.
Yeah, something.
Oh, yeah. That would take a while.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get us wrong. I don't doubt she's retiring tomorrow. You know, so there'll be more movies in the future. But maybe the first 15 movies, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know, man. But no, man, it's cool to hear your list. It's something different anyway.
Yeah, I have that. And like my other goal this year is to get through a lot of older movies that people suggest to me that I have written down. I'm really bad at that. I know Jason always says, man, Ryan watches all these movies, but he never watches any of these old movies.
Yeah.
So that's my goal this year, to try to dive into some older movies that I haven't seen. So,
man, I've been trying Mike to do this for years, it feels like. And
it's just tough because like when you have YouTube and you're doing the new stuff,
Yeah.
And then like you want to keep up with the new stuff because that's what people want to watch.
Yeah.
It's tough. So like, and then finding time in between. So I try to mix it up and like pick from different stacks. Like one day I'm gonna do the stack that I have that that I bought my 50 movies that I still haven't gotten to, and then the new movies. So I just kind of pick and choose,
Ryan, you don't have to explain to me, man. I already know this.
You don't have to
well, then also too for me, it's hard because I watch sports too. So like baseball season's coming up, dude. That is a big commitment when that comes up because it's literally every night is baseball. Every night.
That's true.
So it's tougher with football season. It's easier. It's just once a week that your team
just once
plays.
A week. Yeah.
Baseball, dude, they play every night, and they barely have any nights off.
Yeah.
It's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah, definitely, and especially obviously that time you'd spend watching baseball, you could watch a movie in a way, So
yeah, because the games are 3 hours long usually.
Right.
So,
man, well, at least you've told me a couple of Jennifer Lawrence movies not to check out, so I'm grateful for that.
And they have bad ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, so like you're not missing much.
Not a hot take.
No, it's not a hot take.
Oh man, but no, Ryan, I'm a bit like you. I'm still trying to work through like some older movies and stuff as well, and I've been watching a few recently. Like I watched Return of the Living Dead. I'd never seen that before. But
I haven't seen it either.
What's that one? That's a very fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched Reanimator. I don't know if you've seen that.
Never heard of it.
That was also a fun kind of 80s movie as well.
Oh, dude, if it's 80s, I haven't seen it.
You've seen a movie from 1941, right?
I've seen a few.
Sergeant York,
So Jason, a lot of the older movies that I've seen, like that Oliver one and stuff, I have another Patreon group where we watch a lot of older movies, and literally that's the best way for me to watch it because it forces me to sit down and watch it because I'm not going to probably go out of my way to watch it usually.
Right. Yeah.
So
I get that, Ryan.
Yeah, I like that. It's just easier to have that variety. So I think like the next movie we're watching is another old movie called The Time Machine from 1960. I don't know if you've seen that by chance.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I don't know who's in it or anything about it. I mean, it's obviously involving a time machine, but so I have no idea when we're watching that, but that's our next one. So it'll be interesting.
Cool.
Oh, nice. And well, True Romance is coming up as well, so keep an eye out for that. And then there'll be another movie as well this month.
I'm trying to get Mike into older movies. That's what I've been trying to do lately. So.
Yeah, I think sometimes with the older movies, I think sometimes nostalgia definitely plays into part of it too.
It does.
If you grew up in with it, like
like
for instance, like I love a movie like Angels in the Outfield, but like if Mike watches that now, like he'd be like, "Oh, this is a little old." You know what I mean? Like plus like he's not into like baseball or something really, so like it may be a little bit tougher for to get into it. So like it just depends on the person and like what they grew up with. And I understand, a lot of people like they like Rashad, like he grew up a lot of 80s movies and like Stallone. So I get that. Like that's what he grew up on. Like me, I watched a lot of like kids movies and like something like a Home Alone or something like that. Like that's kind of what I watched growing up. So it's just different how we were all like raised like with movies.
Yeah, because every time Mike does a review of like a movie I love, and he's like, it wasn't that great, and I'm like, oh, like that's my childhood he's killing, but to him, he didn't have a childhood with it, so I forget that. I'm like, I guess I grew up with it, but I still love it today.
well, that's it. Like Willy Wonka, perfect example.
Yes, Willy Wonka.
I never grew up watching that at all, so for me, I was like, it was all right. I prefer it over Wonka, Jason. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
I didn't hate the movie. I would rewatch it in the future, but I just didn't have that same appeal for it as like you guys did,
Yeah.
So I think it goes back to what Ryan's saying. It depends if you grew up watching it. Like as you did, Jason, you'd be like, "Wow, it's a favorite of mine,"
Yeah.
So I can get it. I've got a couple of comments. We've got all fans saying, "I also heard Alana Haim will be in the next Paul Thomas Anderson film."
Well, sure, why not? She was in Licorice Pizza. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think she did a good job in that movie.
Yeah, she did.
definitely intrigued. Marfan says, Mike, do you know when the next Back to the Future game live stream will happen? I'm not
washing
sure.
the cars and
yeah, I've still got the clock tower to do, and then I've got the train to do as well.
Nice.
So Marfan, I'm not sure, man. Keep an eye out. Maybe within the next few weeks, probably get that wrapped up, and then I can do the SpongeBob one after that. So.
Oh, there's a SpongeBob version?
Yeah, the Krusty Krab needs cleaning, the pineapple. Oh, man. We've got Daniel Berries here saying, yo, hey, Daniel, hope you're well, man. Thanks for watching. Nick says, the only reviews I watch religiously is Mark Kermode and Did You See That?
There you
Mike
go.
is in good company in the Nick P household. Hey, well, thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Nick. Always try to be open and fair in my reviews, man, so I appreciate the love. Minaj says, yeah, the sequel to Pacific Rim is terrible indeed.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. I watched it recently.
Yeah. I mean, did you see one of the comments we got earlier, Ryan, from Minaj?
No, I didn't hear to see what he said.
Let me show you what he says. Apparently, have you heard about Godzilla crossing over with Pacific Rim?
Wow. Oh boy. I don't think so, man.
I know. Like, why? I don't know.
I was going to say, Ryan, what's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we should do that.
I mean, what's next? We're going to do Batman and Godzilla? I don't know. Like, we're just crossing everything over. Like,
no, I always thought they were going to do something crazy with Fast and Furious and do some crossover. But apparently with this next one, they're doing, like, back to the roots, so to speak. So I don't know what that, actual street racing, maybe?
Man, I heard that. Yeah, I heard they were trying to go back to like the first movie.
Yeah,
and I'm like, how do you go back to the first one? You went to space. How do you go back to just normal street racing on the streets?
Yeah. Well, those movies only stay afloat because they make so much money in the foreign markets. Otherwise, we wouldn't get them.
Yeah, it's like the Transformers. They keep coming out because I guess, make enough money, and they're not very good, but they keep coming out.
Yeah. I think it's just because it's like mindless fun.
Yeah.
I think people enjoy that.
Yeah.
Because they can turn their brain off, and after they've had like a hard day at work or something, they're like, let's watch Transformers. Yeah. That's what I think, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, I agree, Ryan. Yeah, I'd rather watch Transformers than Fast and Furious, though, I'll be honest, though.
Right.
But,
yeah.
And everyone loves Fast and Furious, though, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
I like some of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But you didn't like Fast X, right?
I didn't like. I would say it was okay, but it wasn't as bad as 9. 9 was awful.
9 was awful. Yeah.
Yeah. 9 was real bad, but I don't think they should make any more. But I know why they're making it. So
yeah,
as long as it makes money, it's going to keep going.
Yeah. And Vin Diesel needs a paycheck, so.
And the thing is, too, to like piggyback off that. Now I feel like with John Wick, so they're doing the 5th one. But now I feel like they're doing a lot of movies that are like, you look at it and you go, oh, this looks like it's compared to like a John Wick, like The Beekeeper. And then that new movie trailer, Monkey Man. Like a lot of people are comparing that to like a John Wick. So it seems like we're going in that direction now with action movies. So I don't know.
I don't know if it's because like John Wick set like a kind of modern precedent for action movies. Whereas maybe, back then, people might have been like, "Oh, this movie's like Die Hard," for example.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like, was it last year, Sisu?
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah,
people were saying that one was like John Wick as well.
Yeah,
right?
Kind of had a John Wick vibe to it in a sense.
Yeah, that one got way over the top towards the end there. Yeah, especially with the plane. That's all.
Yes. that was too much for me. I was like, this is ridiculous.
It's like, no, definitely would never happen.
No one would survive. Oh my God.
Exactly. They get blown out into the engine or something.
I still haven't seen Sisu, but I've heard it goes stupid at the end, though.
Yeah.
I think both of you guys said this in your review or your thoughts, so.
Yeah, the cinematography is great in it, though. I will say that. Like, the way it's shot and everything is pretty great. So, I'll give it that.
Yeah, it got like a limited release in the UK here, and then that was it. And then I think it's on streaming straight after that, but.
Yeah.
Like, the only fun I had in that movie was like a little spoiler for it, I guess. But one of the Nazis like there's like a truck full of women, and this one Nazi, or at least one I remember, is like sexually abusing the women in the back. And once they get free and they start killing the Nazis, I'm like, yes. Like I was like, I'm bored for these women to kill these Nazis. I was like, that was a good moment.
I've heard it should be like a fun action kind of movie, so I will check it out at some point.
Yeah.
Just adding it to the ever-growing list.
Oh yeah, it never ends.
Nah, I've got Pete here as well. Hey, Pete, hope you're well, man. Oh yeah, even Mike just having this before Ryan joined. He says in the chat, "Hope you're all well." Yeah, doing good. Hope you are, Pete, as well. It's nice to see you, man. And he says, watched Top Secret last night. Fantastic comedy from the team behind Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Never heard of this one.
Yeah,
I like Naked Gun.
Oh, what's his name?
Oh.
Man, guy from Top Gun. It was like his first big movie.
Tom Cruise?
No. Iceman.
Val Kilmer?
Val Kilmer, yeah. It was Val Kilmer's like first starring role was in Top Secret.
Okay.
It's interesting. It's got that Naked Gun feel to it. That's
Okay, I get you. Well, Ryan, have you seen Naked Gun?
I've heard of it, never seen it.
Oh man.
Okay.
I think it got a nice steelbook here recently.
Oh really?
I think it did. Like Best Buy had a steelbook for it, I think.
Yeah, the first one's a lot of fun.
Oh, there's more than one. Okay.
Airplane,
Yeah, it's free. Ryan, there's 3 Naked Guns. The second one goes really serious for some reason.
Hot Shot. Yeah.
Interesting.
But no, I've never seen Top Secret. I might have to check it out though, because I like Naked Gun, the first one.
It's a silly, fun movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Jason. I agree. Pete says, can't stay for long, but I'll catch up later. No worries, mate. Appreciate you stopping in. Nice to see you. We've got Mason Parker saying hi. Hey, man. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in. He says, is Spaceball good?
I don't know.
Never seen it. Jason's nodding away, so I'm guessing so.
Spaceballs, the Star Wars spoof from Mel Brooks.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing so.
Oh, it's a classic. You have to watch it.
I've heard good things, Jason. I've just never got into it, man.
You're a Star Wars fan. It's great.
Well, I watched Fanboys the other day.
Yeah. I saw that.
I watched that. That was all right.
Yeah.
I told Perez afterwards, I was like, it was okay. He was like, I don't trust your reviews anymore. I said to him, I was like, I'm not as big Star Wars fan as you, so Star Wars fans like you of that caliber will really enjoy that, you know?
Right.
As like casual ones like me and that, like, we thought it was okay. I've got Cinematic Tendency. Hey, man, hope you're doing well.
What's going on, man?
Hey, gentlemen. Hope you're doing well. Josh says, I finally saw Zone of Interest and it was well worth it. First 5 out of 5 of the year. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that seemed like the kind of movie that Josh would like probably quite a bit.
Yeah, it's. Yeah. Do you have it in your area, Jason, at all?
Not that I know of.
So I'm getting it this week finally.
Okay.
But honestly, I was telling Mike because we were chatting earlier. It's only in like 1 or 2 theaters. Like I have a ton of theaters. I have like a good dozen, and it's only in like 2 theaters. So and it doesn't get a lot of time. So you know I'll have to check it out whenever. But I'm gonna check it out and give it a chance. I really haven't seen a full trailer. Like I've seen like an advertisement on YouTube.
Yeah, me either.
Where they show like a 30-second clip of it, but it doesn't really show anything as of like I see like a bunch of people like working in like a garden or something.
Yeah,
and that's about it. That's all I've seen. So I don't really know anything about it, really.
Yeah, Mike's seen it.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, right? So me and Ryan's talked about this anyway, but like with Zone of Interest in the UK, the cinema that I go to, my local one, they told me when I eventually went to go see it, they were like, we weren't even supposed to get the movie at all, but they did get it, but it was like 1 time a day, and it was like 8 o'clock at night, and I'm just like, well, I can't make that showing, So I saw it on the listings, and it was on at like 11:15 in the morning. So I said in my review, I was like, people waking up having breakfast. Here's me watching a movie about the Holocaust at 11:15 in the morning.
It's crazy.
But I'm glad I saw it though. But I'll be honest, Ryan, it's probably best that you've only seen that clip on Facebook because there's no real plot to it.
Oh man, that's not good. I have to have a plot in my movies.
I know.
It's tough to comment on, man, because like it feels like more of an observation piece than an actual movie itself.
Okay.
In a way, I mean, you'll understand when you see it. I don't want to say too much to mention anything because you've not seen anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to mention anything and give spoilers of that context. I can guarantee Jason's going to watch it one day and he's going to be like, wow, this is slow and boring.
I can see it already. Yeah. Just by watching the trailer, I'm like, this does not look good.
The thing is, like, and I was saying this to you earlier, I'm like, it just blows my mind. Like, these are movies that are nominated for the Oscars, but they're not accessible to people. Like, how can you have something as a Best Picture nomination and it's not accessible? It doesn't make sense to me.
Right. And especially when it gets those nominations, you'd think they'd want to amp up the cinema marketing and people check them out. But yeah, as I say, man, like my local cinema the other day. So when I went in, the manager was on the ticket kiosk, and he recognized me because I go there quite often.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, but you're in to see it today?" And I said, "Oh, zone of interest." And he's like, "Yeah, we weren't even supposed to get that, So I was fortunate enough that I got to check it out because otherwise I wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So, yeah, man, it's bad. And I say American Fiction's on at the cinema like tomorrow, but I've got to drive like 40-50 minutes to go see it. Like the way out the way cinema for me, that's way out the way cinema as well.
Yeah. It is long.
I'm missing Zone of Interest, American Fiction, and Poor Things are the 3 I need to see, but
I'm not sure if Jason's gonna like Poor Things. I'm just gonna be honest.
No, I don't think
I don't think he will either.
I don't think so.
I think there might be parts of it you like, Jason. I'll be honest.
I mean, do you like Emma Stone? That's the question.
I do like Emma Stone.
Okay, well then you're in for a surprise, bud.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason Emma Stone, you're in for an absolute treat, my friend. But that's about
it. My review was just thank you.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh man, Yorgos Lanthimos went up in my book after that movie, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a review on it soon, but spoiler, I loved it. So
might come out theater going Oscar for Best Director.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got my vote any day, yeah.
Yeah, you got your vote for
Yeah. But no, man, I don't think it's the one you're gonna enjoy, Jason. I could be wrong. I mean, heck, you surprised me with the Holdovers, so what do I know?
You surprised me with the Holdovers.
Well, me and Ryan felt the same with that movie as well. Yeah. So I'm glad it wasn't just me.
Sin loved it.
Everybody loves it, but us too.
Sarah loved it. Yeah, everybody I'm talking to loves it. And then
yeah. Like, don't get us wrong, Jason, I didn't hate the movie. I don't think me and Ryan hated the
movie.
I know. But it was just fine, not sensational as everyone's saying. It's a sensational movie. I'm just like,
yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I know why, but I don't want to touch into it here for spoilers for people who's not seen it in the chat or anything like that. But I'm glad you enjoyed Zone of Interest, Josh. I know Elliot saw it today, and I know he really loved it as well. So
yeah,
I thought Elliot would though. It seems like his kind of movie. I've got Sin here as well. Hey, Sin, hope you're well.
Go on, Sin.
All of my fellow YouTube buddies, just want to pop in and say hi. Working on an audiobook at the moment, but I'll keep this tab open and tune back in later in case you're still live. Well, appreciate it, Sin. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for watching. I hope you're doing well. Marvel fan says, I think the reason why Kick-Ass 3 didn't happen was because Kick-Ass 2 was a box office flop.
Yeah, that did bad.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, what's your thoughts on the Kick-Ass reboot?
I didn't even know that was a thing, honestly. So news to me. I honestly don't remember the movies. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I may have only seen the first one, to be honest with you. I don't remember them that well.
Okay.
That's my response.
That's fair. Yeah, I was saying to Jason, I watched the first one again last year, and it was okay. Like, it was good enough, but not fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be intrigued if to do a new one. I think Matthew Vaughn's directing them again as well. So.
Oh, okay.
Menagio says, "Hey, Ravendell's Fine 89.
Hey, Menagio.
Hope it's going well." He says, "If they reboot Kick-Ass, it is possible we could get a female character taking the Kick-Ass role instead of like what happens in the comics."
Oh, like what happens in the comics?
Okay.
Interesting.
Don't know about the comics, Jason. Ryan, do you know about the comics?
Didn't know there was a comic.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, I hope they start filming Kingsman 3 by the end of the year. They apparently know how the film starts and ends, but need the middle part of the story.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I do like the Kingsman series. I'll give it that. I do like that franchise.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Yeah.
I got the nice steelbook set, so.
I've seen the steelbooks, Ryan. Yeah, I've never seen the movie, so I haven't picked up the steelbooks.
I got you.
But they've been pretty cheap when I've seen them, though, so I may pick them up. But I know there's a lot of love for that series anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think the most recent one got the best of receptions, but I know the other two did. Menagio says, "As you know, Mike, how I'm pretty much looking forward to Sonic 3. How do you guys feel about Hayden Christensen or Keanu Reeves' voice in Shadow? I'm up for it. I love if Anakin got cast." Yeah, I mean, as long as they do a good job.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Sonic 3. I'm glad that Jim Carrey's back.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's coming back.
Good.
So that'll be good. I just can't imagine anybody else in that role, you know?
No.
Oh, no, he's so good.
Yeah, so I'm glad that he's back. I'm looking forward to it. I like the first two.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Me too, yeah. I mean, the first two are really good. Apart from the wedding scene in number 2, that was terrible.
Yeah.
But apparently they're making is it a Shadow or no Knuckles TV series?
Maybe.
I heard about that, yeah.
So I think that'll be coming before Sonic 3 anyway. But yeah, definitely intrigued. I think that might be getting the Super Bowl trailer we were talking about earlier. So definitely intrigued. Malvan says, so it's been 7 years since Kingsman Golden Circle, but there's a sequel to The Kingsman in the work.
Okay.
Yeah, they made like a prequel after that.
Gosh, has it really been 3 years since that movie? Jeez, I thought I just saw it like last year or something. Dude, I'm telling you. Time flies by.
The time flies, man.
Yeah.
Or is it the Kingsman? The Kingsman was like the prequel. I can't remember. It was.
Yeah.
There was some prequel.
That was the prequel, Jason. Yeah.
With yeah. I forget what's his name.
Matthew Vaughn's a busy guy, man.
Yeah, that's a weird movie.
Yeah, well, I can't believe it's been 3 years, though. It feels like it was like last year, 2022, maybe.
Time flies by so quick.
Gee, yeah, man, flies over. Menagio says, have you guys, James? I'm guessing, have you guys heard James Gunn cast Supergirl now? Millie Alcock is in it. Mr. Gunn's not messing around. I saw the casting news, yeah. I know YK Reviews covered it as well on his channel. Yeah, just wait and see how it goes. Yeah.
Didn't we see Supergirl in Flash? Or
yeah.
So now there's another Supergirl?
I guess. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I'm confused by the whole thing.
Well, that Supergirl, Jason, and Flash doesn't exist anymore. I think that was part of the DC universe at the time.
Yeah.
So I think this is a new Supergirl we're getting now.
Okay. She looks good. Kurt, I'm okay with it, but.
I mean, I'll be honest, Jason. At this point, no one knows what's going on with the DC. So
I don't think they even know. Yeah.
No. Menagio says, unlike my favorite Marvel, are also kind of in a mess. Shamble almost. But have you heard about Lewis Pullman as the new Sentry recast officially? And this one is rumored Denzel Washington's son is Kang now.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
David Washington.
and that Denzel Washington will be an older version of Kang. What?
Interesting.
What? I didn't think Denzel Washington would ever join Marvel, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Equalizer's done, so he needs something else.
He needs that paycheck.
They definitely need to recast Kang, so I'm glad that they do that. If they did that, that's good.
I'd be okay with that. And I don't know if you saw, but they're re-releasing Tenet in theaters this month.
Tenet?
Yeah, Tenet, and apparently Les Miserables as well, which is very random.
Yeah.
Yeah, Les Mis is on the cinema Valentine's Day here in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Emma's working that day, I'll be honest with you guys. If she is, I may go see Les Mis because I've never seen it, so cool experience. Be a Valentine's Day for one, I think, if I do.
It's a long one, Mike. It's 3 hours.
I've heard, man. Yeah. But yeah, I heard about the re-release of Tenet though, Ryan. Yeah, I was kind of intrigued by that decision. I think because of Oppenheimer buzz, they're probably like, "Oh, right, let's get Nolan movie and Tenet to make more money," I guess.
Well, and there's not really anything really coming out towards the end of February. Over here, all we get this. It's like a religious movie called Ordinary Angels with Hilary Swank.
Huh.
And we get a movie called Drive Away Dolls with I think her name's Margaret Qualley. Is that her name?
Oh, Margaret Qualley, yeah.
Qualley, yeah.
Okay.
She was in Poor Things. As that other towards the end, if you remember, with that other, I don't want to spoil anything, but she's in that small part. She's in it, and I can't remember who else. A couple other people. I've seen the trailer like one time. There's no advertisement at all for it.
Okay, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, so that's all we have. Like towards the end of February, and then Madam Web is, I guess, your big movie for February. Really, that's about it.
Your Valentine's Day movie? No.
Yeah, usually they have like a romantic movie that comes out around that time. I'm surprised they don't.
That would help, yeah.
So I know. In the UK, I'm not sure about you guys in America, but I know in the UK they're pushing that movie Anyone But You for Valentine's Day as well.
Okay, yeah, we got that in late December, which I really liked that. I liked that movie more than I thought I would. So
yeah,
and I know it's done really well at the box office. It didn't at first, but it's really been crept up and it's done really well.
Yeah, and I think part of that is because there's just been so many movies. Like towards the end of December, there was like 7 new releases like around that time. So it's a lot for people to keep up with. So I understand.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. And I think Sydney Sweeney's always popular as well, so people's going to check out her stuff as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd be curious to see what comes out. And as you said, Ryan, like with Tenet being re-released as well. I'll be honest, I saw it in cinemas and when it came out originally, so I've got no interest to go back and watch it in cinema again.
I agree. I've seen it too.
But for people who hasn't seen it, it'd be cool to check out for the first time on the big screen again. That would be cool.
Sure.
Menagio says, I've now subscribed to you, Ryan.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, Menagio, for doing that. Marvel fan says, can't believe it's been 30 years since Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
And 10 years since Dumb and Dumber 2. What's your thoughts on them?
The first one's much better.
Yes.
The second one's bad.
Yes. Yeah.
He says, I like both movies, but Dumb and Dumber, the prequel, is really bad.
Yeah, I agree. It's bad.
Well, I'll be honest. I like Dumb and Dumber. I've never seen the other one, though. But I didn't hear great things, and you guys are just solidifying that even more. So
yeah. I saw Dumb and Dumber in the movie theater back in 1994. I was like 10 or 11 at the time. I felt like maybe I was a little too young to watch it because I remember watching it going, oh boy, this is pretty risque at the time. It's very immature humor, but very funny. And to me, Jim Carrey was like my favorite actor at that moment, like because he just did Ace Ventura and The Mask, and then Dumb and Dumber, and then Ace Ventura 2, and I was like all in on Jim Carrey at that time. I was loving everything he did. I thought he was so funny. Yeah, Dumb and Dumber is like it's so stupid, but yet it's a classic in a sense for me since I saw it as a kid.
Yeah, that was one of the movies I watched as a teenager, Jason, and I really liked it.
It's very quotable. It's like one of those very quotable movies that I'm always finding a place to quote it. You know, you mean I have a chance? You know, stuff like that. Yeah, so much good stuff.
It doesn't sound like Dumb and Dumber needs to be watched, though. I think.
Nah, it's bad.
No, I saw that in movie theater just because I was like, I saw the first one in the movie theater, so I was like, I want to watch this one to, because I felt like nostalgia for it, and it's just that the characters don't fit when you get older. You know, those characters fit when you're a certain age, but now Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels are like in their 50s. It's like the characters don't work as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it works better when you're in your 30s for some reason, but when you're 50s, there's like these two old guys are still like stupid, and I don't know.
It's kind of like with Good Burger. They did Good Burger too, and it's like they didn't change anything about them, and it's just like we're done and over with this at this point. Is the way I looked at it. The first one worked, but you get on the second one, and they're still the same dumb characters. Like, it just doesn't work anymore.
No, it doesn't.
Especially as like that Good Burger 2 was set so many years after the first one as well, like 20 years later, I think.
Right, and they don't learn nothing.
Jason, they've literally learned nothing. Yeah, that was terrible.
And we're gonna be, unfortunately, having a third one apparently. So,
wow.
Maybe I hope not, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Like, if you're gonna make a sequel to Dumb and Dumber, it should have came 2 years after the first one. You had to hit it when it was hot. Waiting 20 years is just, you have no heat behind it, and it's just like, it's a nostalgia. I mean, people watch it for nostalgia. I watch it for nostalgia reasons, and it just didn't work, unfortunately. But I very rarely does a sequel work when you wait that long to do a sequel. I don't know if you can think of a time when it does work. It's just very rare if it does. I mean,
probably the one comes to mind, Top Gun Maverick. Probably.
Yeah, Top Gun Maverick. That's a good one. Yeah.
But besides that, Jason, not many.
Yeah.
No, it usually doesn't. I don't know what it is. It's something about you have to hit it when it's hot, and then when you don't, sometimes it just, I don't know, it doesn't work. It's just like,
yeah, I agree.
I think it depends on the story and who's writing it, really. Like the first Top Gun movies, like so 80s, just cheese.
Yeah.
Whereas Maverick felt like a cohesive story, so I think that's why it works. And Tom Cruise has matured since that first movie and stuff, and there's character development there to improve.
It's true.
Whereas Good Burger, as Ryan said, it's true. Like, these two dumb idiots are still dumb idiots like 20 years later, and you think, oh, come on. Surely they've grown up a little bit. And then the plot's recycled of the first movie as well.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
The third movie, I can guarantee you, Ryan, the third movie is going to be a recycled plot of the second movie. And they're still going to be idiots as well.
Probably. I mean, I don't know what else you can really do with it.
Them two grow up, I guess, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Man, it must have been cheap for Paramount to get the rights, though, of them making a third movie.
Well, they're throwing it on physical media, I saw. So
nice steelbook as well, Ryan?
No, just a regular Blu-ray. I don't want it anyway, so it doesn't matter. The first one's good enough for me.
We'll probably see Ryan in the future video being like, oh, guys, I went to Goodwill and I had Good Burger too.
No, dude, that's one thing. Like, now I'm really trying not to buy movies, like, just for the heck of it, like that. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be better.
You've been doing well, though, in your recent pickups. Got, like, some pretty cheap pickups.
Yeah, I have been doing cheaper stuff, so.
Jason, do you have a Goodwill next to where you live?
Probably, somewhere.
The only reason I ask is because like Ryan's been saying he goes in there and the Blu-rays are pretty cheap, that's all.
Yeah, they're $2.50 a piece, Jason.
Okay.
So I don't know if they might have some you might need, Jason. That's all. Just save you a bit of money. You're gonna get them.
Yeah, I'm all for saving money, so
Sure. Josh says, seen all the Best Picture nominees now. American Fiction is pretty great. Excited to see what you think, Mike. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, checking out tomorrow. Well, Ryan saw it the other night, and Ryan pretty much enjoyed it. So
yeah, I liked it. I liked it, but I just don't like. Have you ever watched a movie and like you've liked it, but like you're like, yeah, it was good for a one-time watch, but I don't think it's something that I'd revisit technically. But like, I appreciated that I watched it. It's one of those films for me. Like, I liked it, but I don't think that I'll probably go back and watch it.
Right. Yeah, right. I've had movies like that. I'm sure Jason probably has as well.
Oh yeah.
One-time watches. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be intrigued to see if I feel the same as you, Ryan, or liked it more or liked it less. I just hope it's like funny enough to enjoy, really.
Right.
That's what I've heard. Marvel fan says, do you think Deadpool 3 teaser might drop on the same day as the Super Bowl?
It's possible.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
If they finish filming, then I can't imagine they won't release like a quick teaser or something.
If I remember last year, I don't think in the Super Bowl there was that many trailers last year, was there? I don't remember there being a lot.
I remember 65 was a big one in the Super Bowl.
Mm.
It was just it was maybe just a teaser. Didn't really show much.
It doesn't seem like last year there was as many, so I don't know if they're just going to do a few, because usually that's when they start previewing the summer movies. But a lot of the summer movies, they've kind of already put trailers out, honestly.
Yeah, it's true.
So I don't know.
I don't know. I only usually see them when they come on YouTube, really, after the Super Bowl. Yeah. You guys obviously catch them live and stuff, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see which ones they have this year, though, for sure. Yeah. I think Sonic and Deadpool will be the big ones, though. I think.
Will you watch Super Bowl, Ryan, or will it be too painful?
I don't plan on watching it, man. I honestly think y'all are gonna win again. And I just know it. Kelsey is just gonna plant a nice big kiss on Taylor Swift's face, and we're gonna get tons of photography and everything. It's gonna happen, man. Like it won't shock me.
Yeah.
No, I don't have any interest in watching it. Hate to say it, but I'm not a Chiefs fan, and I'm not a 49ers fan. I usually watch it, but I'm just not a fan of either team, to be honest with you. If the Lions would have won, I probably would have went with the Lions, just because they haven't won ever, and I love rooting for the underdog like that.
Yeah, I agree.
So I was kind of heartbroken they lost too, because they've sucked for so many years.
Yeah.
They've never been good since I've been alive. So it's a shame.
Man, like the thing is, like obviously you guys watch these sports religiously, and then when I see the highlights pop, it was always just Taylor Swift reactions.
Oh, she reacts to everything, and they show it.
Yeah, they like to show her. They made a ton of money. They've said they made like $355 million or whatever. So,
right,
and
of course that's going to equate to people watching. Viewership numbers go up, merchandise sales go up as well. So
yeah. Might be a big Super Bowl now that you talk about it.
Well, the other thing I noticed too is not only has Target got a nice big shelf with her stuff, Walmart has every single vinyl to every album out on the shelf as the main shelf. It is just nuts to me. I've never seen a music star have so much power in like the mainstream like stores like that ever. It's insane to me.
Well, her concert movie made a lot of money, and did really well.
Yeah. I'm sure that's getting a 4K. I guarantee it is.
Oh yeah,
I hope so.
Mike's hoping for a nice steel book and
Mike's
extra
excited.
pictures.
I am. I really am. I really am. I know it's getting a Blu-ray at least, so not sure. But the thing is, that concert made a lot of money because, I mean, firstly, Taylor Swift's just power, as you guys said, like powerhouse of music at the moment. But also it's during the strikes as well, so she made a deal with cinemas exclusively, which obviously the kind of movie studios didn't expect, and obviously that movie just took off.
I think it's good though for the fans because like her concerts are so expensive. Like that's a good exclusive for to watch in theaters. So like I think from that aspect, it's a good thing, just because those.
Well, man, to get tickets for a concert, I'm not sure if it's like this for you guys in America. I mean, you probably haven't tried, but like just to give you an example, when it was announced that she's coming to the UK June this year, she was coming. You had to go on Ticketmaster to get the tickets.
Yeah.
But you had to like pre-register.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had to get like a access code to go on to find the tickets.
That's how it works.
There was never a general sale. Whereas usually there might be like a pre-sale and then like a general public sale.
Interesting.
It was all just by the code and that was it. So the tickets obviously went straight away. So I'm gutted I missed out, man. Really am. But that concert felt like being there in a way, you know. So
yeah,
don't mind too much.
It's good for those kinds of people that won't be able to get tickets. I definitely think it's a good thing. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if you see more of that, but
I don't mind it.
It would be interesting to see if you saw that with other genres of music than just like pop and R&B. Because like I know Beyonce did it, but
yeah,
I mean, I think recently they may have did like a Metallica one here, but I don't think that wasn't like a worldwide thing. I don't think so. I mean, if they did more of that, I think that would be great because it gives opportunity to people that can't afford those tickets. I mean, I know there was a couple people in my work that got tickets to the Taylor Swift concert, and they were like sitting way far up there, and it was like $400, and I'm like, there's no way I would pay that. That's crazy.
No.
Crazy.
No, I wouldn't pay that, Ryan.
It's just insane.
As much as I like Taylor Swift, I wouldn't pay it.
Like I only pay like $50 maybe, and that's about as high as I go.
Well, the other thing too is like, like with like Royal Rumble, I saw like people that bought tickets for that, and like those were very expensive too. But like for me, it's tough to go to an event like that and sit so far up. Like it's great that you were there, but like if you're looking down and like you got to get your binoculars out to see what's going on, I mean, that's a problem. But everybody's different and has their different things. Just personally for me, I don't want to spend that kind of money and not be able to see anything.
You know, I've seen some wrestling live shows, and to be honest, I don't get that. I watch them, and they're never really seem that great. Like, and you don't get, and you're sitting up there, and you're like, I get a better view if I'm watching this on TV. Like, why am I here?
Well, wrestling's kind of weird because, like, I've been to Raw once, I've been to SmackDown once, and I've been to when they did the tapings in Orlando for NXT. I've done those. Those are great because it's $20 and you just go on like a bunch of benches and like you can pick wherever you want to sit pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Which is great. But I don't know where they tape now because they don't tape there anymore. So I'm not sure when they do the tapings and where. But they did that at like a university, Full Sail University, when they were doing NXT. But like I've done the arenas with SmackDown and Raw, and I've gotten like mid-level seats, which I think are the best for that. Like if you're not going to get like around the front row for the ring, it can be kind of tough to see because everybody stands.
Right.
So like if you're like 15, 20 rows back and on the floor, it's going to be very tough to see the ring and what's going on. So I think for a wrestling, if you can't get those floor seats, which they're next to impossible to get, I would say like mid-level. Like that way you can at least see like them come down the entranceway and, you know, come into the ring and everything. But I mean, like it was a pretty good experience when I've gone to those, but I prefer to watch it on TV, honestly.
Yeah, I find that more and more. I'm like, I think I get more enjoyment watching this on TV.
Yeah.
Because I get all the good camera angles and stuff. And
exactly. And then you can rewind it, you know all that stuff. So.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys. Yeah, I've been to see like never NXT, but I've been to see like Raw and SmackDown back in the day. And there was times when I had like floor seats, but then people stood up, you couldn't see, or like someone's like sat in front of you who's massive, and I'm like, you can't see. Those mid-level seats are the best ones if you can get them.
Yep.
But now, like, I think you make a good point, though, Ryan, about like the concert movies and stuff. Like, they are cool experiences. I think we should have more of them. It was interesting enough when I went to see Blue Giant the other day at a different cinema than I normally go to, a different chain called Odeon. You know how when they release movies, they might have like those special popcorn buckets and stuff for those movies?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they had, believe it or not, they had like the Aquaman Lost Kingdom buckets, and they had the Beyonce Renaissance tour buckets.
Yeah.
They had them all reduced though for like £2 each, from like £15 normally. So I picked myself up like some Aquaman buckets as well.
There you go.
I was like, oh, there'll be some cool popcorn buckets from when I'm at home. I wish I had it in the house. I would show you what it was. It's quite cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've actually got them before, and I've used them as trash cans.
Yeah. You can use it for that as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good little trash can.
But man, for £2, like what, like $3 or whatever, I was like, wow,
that's
a
cheap.
steal.
That's cheap.
And they had the cups as well, but I was like, I'm not bothered about a cup. The buckets are cool though. I've got Drew here saying, hey everyone, what's up? Hey Drew.
Go on, Drew.
Hope you had a great birthday as well, Drew, the other day as well. Menasio says, yeah, Deadpool 3 trailer is set to be released immediately after Super Bowl or during it. Trailer will go online for sure. Yeah.
Sounds good. I'll check it out there.
Yeah.
Josh says, I enjoyed Good Burger too. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair. I know me and Ryan. I mean, Jason, have you seen Good Burger too?
No.
I'd be intrigued to see what Jason thinks of Good Burger too. Jason's like, no, I'm not wasting my time on that. My son Park says, well, Tom Cruise come back. I'm guessing will Tom Cruise come back to other movies?
I don't know if he has any projects lined up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so. Let me see.
I don't know. I would have thought so though. Well, there's talks about Top Gun Maverick 3, or Top Gun 3, sorry. So
is a third one coming?
Yeah, Jason's been announced.
Wow, they're gonna make some money, huh?
So it says on here that he's got obviously the Mission Impossible will be next year.
Yeah.
He's in an untitled SpaceX project movie that's in pre-production, and apparently he's in a Live Die Repeat sequel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay, that space one might be Top Gun. Maybe, I think, because there's talks of Paramount about another one.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be another one. They got to make that money.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't need another one personally, but
yeah, but if it makes money, it gets a sequel.
Yeah,
man, it made over $1 billion, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
But I mean, because he did all the practical stunts, I'm guessing once he's done Mission Impossible, it's going to be a long time doing a Top Gun sequel if it's all practical again.
That's true.
Which I guess he's not going to not do practical at this point.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, it keeps it entertaining and realistic.
Right. But man, like with how good Maverick was, I know Jason wasn't too huge on it, but how good Maverick was, I don't know how they can top Maverick at this point, I'll be honest with you guys.
Right.
I mean, Ryan, you saw Maverick, right?
Yeah, I liked it. I got the Steelbook.
Nice, man. We got a Steelbook release of it in the UK, but it came in like an army briefcase kind of thing with the first one. Both of them are steel books, but it was like £100, so like $150. It's like, I'm not spending that on that. No way.
Yeah, we got like some special edition, I think, with the first and second in a Steelbook. But I think it was like $100 and some, which I didn't get that.
Yeah,
because I've never seen the first one. I still haven't seen it.
That's the one that I'm talking about, Ryan, as well.
Okay, so that is the one then. Okay,
that's the only one that we got though.
Yeah, we got that, and then the original Steelbook. I think I told you a while back. Like I literally had to like do like a pickup order for that because they like never put it out on the shelf or anything, and I pretty much never saw that Steelbook in stores, which it blows my mind. Like I never understand like a big movie like that doesn't have tons of copies on the shelf, but you'll get some like movie that didn't do well in theaters that will have like a ton of copies on the shelf, and you're like Expendables 4, you can find that anywhere. You know, that 4K is everywhere, but like Top Gun, you can't find that. It doesn't make any sense.
I think it all just comes down to the workers in these stores. But not in the UK, because in the UK you can usually get it in the stores. It's out on the shelf if they've got it, right?
Right.
But in the US, like in Walmart, like you've said to me, Ryan, before, like it seems like they're not bothered.
Yeah, that depends too. But it's just weird because like a lot of stuff like physical media over here, they just don't restock stuff. Like once it's out, it's out. So it's like one of those things. If you want it, you better buy it that week.
Wow.
So I don't know, but Best Buy's gone at this point now. I mean, they still got their old stuff on the shelf, but they're not getting new stuff in. I don't know when they're going to end it because they're not. Because I've had a few friends that still have full shelves worth of stuff, and they haven't marked any of it down. So like, I don't know what they're waiting for. No one's going to buy like a $50 steelbook to some movie, and it's going to sit there and collect dust. So
I don't know if they're maybe trying to cut a deal with like a different maybe business or manufacturer to buy the stock off them, I guess.
Maybe. I mean,
if they're not reducing it, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I thought maybe they may reduce it or maybe sell it to like Walmart or something since they're supposed to be taking over with physical media, but I don't know, man. I mean, I've noticed at Walmart they've been decreasing store space anyway, so I don't know. It's a mystery.
I mean, Jason, is your like Walmart the same as Ryan's in terms of physical media, or?
It doesn't seem like they have that much at the one I have here in town.
Yeah.
I've never seen a steelbook. That's for sure. I always look, and I've never seen steelbooks. Blu-rays and DVDs, and TV shows and stuff. And sometimes I'll look at them. I don't usually get them so much because then I have that stupid case. I have to have somebody open the case to get to it.
Oh yeah, so you must have a lot of theft because usually when they do that, it's usually because like there's a lot of theft in the area for movies, and they put the glass because not all. That's the one thing too, Mike, is not all the Walmarts here are the same when it comes to how they display their movies. Like some of them you go into, and if they have like a problem where like people have stolen like movies and stuff, they put them in those glass cases. But then like other Walmarts don't have that. And the other thing I've noticed too is like a lot of the stores don't have the steelbook sections, but some of them do. So like not all Walmarts are equal at all when it comes to what they have.
Yeah.
So, I don't get it, but
their music section's pretty small too. I go there and get some vinyl every once in a while, but even that there's not a lot to choose from, and so it's kind of sad. I wish I had a store that had a bigger variety of.
Yeah, and usually the vinyl they do have, Jason, it's usually like common bands. Like it's not anything out there. It's usually like I mean, I went in there today and it's like Harry Styles. You'll find like a soundtrack. Yeah, I'm serious. It's like Harry Styles. You'll find like Metallica, Nirvana. Like you get like the common bands and stuff like that, and rock and roll. Maybe a couple 80s bands, and then you'll see like today I saw like the Lion King soundtrack randomly. So like you'll get random soundtracks like that.
Yeah, I got Back to the Future just this last week.
Yeah, that one I was looking for because I was just curious to see it, but I don't know, man. I mean, it's just not a lot of selection, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's not.
It's weird. I mean, I don't know if it's maybe they go on sales with reports and be like, oh, right, the one in Ryan's area sells more than Jason's. So be like, right, let's throw more steelbooks in there, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. Who knows how they do it? It's weird.
But then Ryan went to Walmart today and picked up one of each Taylor Swift vinyls on his way out and brought them home.
Nah, this thing's gonna sit there and collect dust.
Oh man, but yeah, man. I guess it's just one of those, Ryan, where say though, like NFL's making so much money off Taylor Swift, so then like they're like, right, well, Taylor Swift albums must be selling and vinyls must be selling, so we'll just stock those ones.
Dude, and Target's the same way. I gotta say, Target. I went in there today too.
You did,
and they've had even more Taylor Swift vinyls. I was like, holy crap! They are like pushing this woman.
Sorry, the cat was crying at the door, so I just had to let him in.
I got you, no worries.
But yeah, man, it's
one time or something, and I couldn't find anything.
At Target?
Yeah, it's just like I feel like they hardly had anything there. I was disappointed.
Go and say hello.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. You've had to say his tail just going back and forth like that. There he is. But yeah, like it's strange with the stock with you guys. Like so, like our supermarkets have probably not. To be fair, they usually have CDs, not vinyls. I'll be honest. It's usually DVDs, and a lot of DVDs of movies you've never heard of either.
Right.
Or like, I was going to send a photo the other day to you, Ryan. They had Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey in there.
Oh my gosh.
I know that was your favourite from last year.
Yeah, I don't even think over here we even have supermarkets that have movies that I can remember. I mean, other than like Walmart or Target. I used to work at a grocery store, and they did sell movies for a brief time, but they got rid of them after a while. So I don't know. There's not many that sell them that I can think of.
Mm-hmm. It just depends if it sells. So I mean, I guess for you guys, it's Walmart DVD bin. I guess.
Yeah, they got a lot of those DVDs.
Whereas ours gets random. Like so, for example, last Christmas in one of the supermarkets, we got that Asylum movie, Born Alone.
Oh. That is random.
I was like, why has the supermarket got this movie in for?
Yeah.
Out of all the movies you could have for like Christmas, like It's a Wonderful Life and stuff on the shelf and Home Alone, they have Born Alone in there.
Yeah, it's so random.
Yeah, man, I don't get the decisions. So I've never understood it.
Yeah, it is weird.
It's a bit like you guys with Walmart and stuff. And I know, Jason buys a lot of Amazon usually.
Yeah, mostly.
Usually the way you have to, because there's just not a lot of options.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Usually, Jason, you told me that before. You have to usually go with Amazon. Marvel Fan says, I should let you know, Mike, nearly finished Being Human. I've got 7 episodes left. Oh, awesome, man. I hope you enjoy. Josh saying Taylor Swift craze is getting a little out of control.
It is.
Yeah, it's full on.
I don't think it's dying down anytime soon, though, Josh, I'll be honest.
That woman's represented as a goddess in this country.
Right. Kind of over here as well, man. Over here as well. Kendrick Lamar has a few concert films. Those are great.
Okay.
Oh, awesome. I've never seen them, but that's cool. I'm a supporter of the first Good Burger. I quite enjoyed the second. They're stupid movies, but it's what I like sometimes.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely stupid movies for sure. Yeah, definitely agree with that. Can't wait for Cobra Kai season 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have they talked about that at all?
I think it's in the process of filming, I think, or near enough. I think. Ryan, have you seen Cobra Kai?
Nah. If it's a show, man. I haven't seen it.
Have you seen the 3 Karate Kids or the 4 Karate Kid movies?
No.
Have you seen any of them?
I saw the Will Smith one. I did not like it.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Well, the funny thing is, actually, I didn't tell you guys. I went to York the other day with Emma. We went on like a day trip out. And when I was in the shop, they had like this CX, so we get usually a lot of used media. They had loads of steelbooks there the other day. And I didn't get any. There wasn't any after. But they had that Jackie Chan Karate Kid one with Jaden Smith. And I was like, that can stay on the shelf even with a nice steelbook.
Yeah, I watched that one. I think I may have watched that in the theater or something. I didn't like it.
It's not really karate either, to be honest, that one.
Yeah, it's not very good. I'd like to forget that one.
I think you'd like Cobra Kai, though, Brian.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people say it's really
Cobra Kai is a lot of fun.
That's what I heard.
It's the best show on today. That and Stranger Things is like the 2 best shows.
Yeah, my son loves Stranger Things. So he's said to me the other day, I wish it was 2025 so Stranger Things would come out. He doesn't say that very often, so he's excited for that when it comes out.
They're on filming now, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a lot of good shows out to me, except for those 2 have been pretty solid, I think.
2 of the probably most memorable ones in the last, and probably Squid Game as well.
Yeah, Squid Game was good. I did watch that show.
Oh, nice. I was about to say, if you haven't, man, definitely get on Squid Game. It's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't watched the reality one. I just watched the regular show.
Yeah, there's a reality one. That's right.
There's a reality one.
Don't.
Yeah, I heard it was bad.
No, well, don't get me wrong. Like the challenges they do and the reality one's good. Like a lot of them are similar. They do a couple of twists compared to the Squid Game one, but it's like 10 episodes long, and they spend most of the time doing like, when like say in reality TV, when like one of them people on there, like they'll sit in front of a green screen and talk about their thoughts and on like a moment that's happening at that time.
Yeah.
Or it's a lot like that, and then these people are given like their backstories, but then they get eliminated, so then the backstory is completely redundant. And I'm just like, well, what's the point? I felt like instead of 10 episodes, that challenge one could have been 6 easily, but they stretched out way too much.
Gotcha.
So don't waste your time, guys.
Fair enough.
Josh says, I have a few Taylor Swift records, but don't listen to them too much because I'm experienced fatigue from hearing their name.
Fair enough.
That's fair, man. Yeah. You guys been watching Avatar: Last Airbender? Yeah, we got asked that a little bit earlier on, Josh. Ryan, are you going to be watching Avatar: Last Airbender?
Maybe if people say it's good, maybe. I didn't like the movie. I remember the movie came out years ago. It was
That's
awful.
what I said.
So I'm kind of not like intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason was saying the movie's bad, so I'm not.
It is bad.
Well, I experienced the happening, so I mean, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I know you guys don't like that. I know it's all good.
But I know you do, Ryan, so I'll not say too much. But who seriously asked for a new Karate Kid film coming out, which is apparently tying Jaden Smith
Yeah.
Miyagi-verse.
Yeah.
And the problem is, like, nobody asked for these movies, but they know people are gonna go see them because, like, it's a familiar title. That's what happens. We all sit here and we go, "Oh, why are they gonna make that?" And then we all go watch it anyway. So,
Right.
I know.
And they know that. So, I mean, that's how Mean Girls was. Like, a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's a musical. I'm not gonna go watch that." And then we go watch it because it's also too. I noticed, like, when those movies come out, it seems like there's nothing else around. So, like, they know that we'll go watch it. So, it's all marketing.
And I think as well for like Karate Kid, for people who's not seen Cobra Kai, especially like the older generation, will be like, "Whoa, Karate Kid, a new one, right? Let's go see that." And then they don't realize, being like, it's obviously nostalgia bit, I guess, as well at the same time.
Right.
So yeah, I get what you mean, Ryan, but I don't think it's needed. But I get what you mean. Nigel says, "I can't wait for the final season of Stranger Things, one of his favorite." Yeah, it'll be interesting. Josh says, "My favorite show right now is The Bear."
I've heard that's good. I haven't seen it, but
I have heard that is good as well.
Yeah, I watched the first episode. I thought it was okay. I just didn't watch any more after that. That's all.
One episode to dip out.
They won all the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice. They won all their categories, basically.
Yeah, it's won a lot of awards.
Yeah, it's doing amazing in the award season.
Now she's saying, yeah, it's better to end on a high note than carry on for all these and Stranger Things. Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious to see who Linda Hamilton will be playing in the final season of Stranger Things.
Oh.
Yeah. She's been cast, but obviously no roles being disclosed yet. So it'll be interesting to see.
That should be great.
Have you heard Tom Welling has shown interest and is open to returning for Smallville? No idea.
Who that is?
Don't know who it is either yet.
Sorry, Nigel, not too sure on that one.
We're not.
I guess you are. I'm curious who will be cast for Fantastic Four.
I don't know. That last one was bad.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it still, but I heard. Yeah, I heard that. Was it 2015? That one?
The one with Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah, 2015, 2017, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, it wasn't very good.
They talked about Pedro Pascal playing Mr. Fantastic, I thought.
Oh, okay.
That's what I've heard, but
at this point, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Not sure what's going on with Marvel, except from Deadpool and Echo apparently wasn't great, so I don't know. I don't know. Minaj showed the same about loving Smallville. Cool, man. I'm glad you do.
It's a very popular show.
And I think we'll probably end up just wrapping it up there. But thanks for Jason for joining as always, and Ryan. Both guys, the links in the description box down below. I'll search Jason Old Millennial and Raven O's Fans 89. Yeah, thank you guys for joining as well. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, until next time, guys, we will see you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.